Hi, my name is Ben Handikian, and I'm a young filmmaker and writer. So I was wondering which do you like to do better, TV shows or movies, and what unique element do you bring to each?
What was the last question?
Did you ask, do they prefer film or television, and what unique quality do they bring to each?
Yeah, it says...
Yeah. Let's start with film or television. Like in terms of storytelling, I mean, like you guys are definitely known for long-form storytelling. Does that come more naturally to you, or?
I don't think there's a better. I think it's apples and oranges. What you can do in a movie, what you can accomplish, is so extraordinary and so fulfilling, and you get to be done, which, believe me, is a huge relief. But being able to spin a story over, say, 7 years, or even just 15 episodes, 11 of which they are out of order, is so. Than that, that's a different kind of fulfillment. It's kind of a slow burn thing. But to me, gun to my head, be the greater of the two. And then I really didn't hear it. It sounds like what quality do I bring? I can't answer that.
Well, one quality that we associate with you, Joss, is just your dialogue. I mean, you're just At what point does that come into your creative process? I mean, is it something that you find over countless drafts, or is it something that just comes very naturally? That's just people talking. I don't write second drafts, really. I mean, obviously you have to, but to an extent, I don't put anything down until it's right. The dialogue is, unfortunately, sometimes I write it before I come up with the plot, and then I have to sort of figure out how to get to it, which is a lot where I've got to work on that. But I just... Good second drafts? Generally speaking. Bastard! I can't do it. That's amazing. Wow. I can name at least 6 episodes where it shows. Next question.
Bad robot. My question is obviously for JJ. With Lost, just the way that it ended, was it everything that you expected from the beginning? Without giving anything away, obviously, with spiritually, science-wise, everything. I mean, was it everything? Now looking back on it, is it what you wanted? And it's awesome, by the way. I loved it.
Thank you very much, and awesome impersonation at the outset. First of all, Damon Lindelof, with whom I created the show, and Carlton Cuse ran the show for the 6 seasons, and it was an amazing thing when we first started. Before Carlton was even there, it was like, Damon and I were in this sort of crazy panic, and we wrote this Bible of what it would be, and we wrote a whole bunch of ideas, and you sort of throw out the best ideas, and it's very optimistic, it's a huge leap of faith, and you think this is what this show could be. And a lot of those things ended up being in the series, most of them did not. And over the course of time, thank God Carlton came on board, started to work, with Damon. The two of them I can't describe how brilliant they are. They and the other writers and directors, Jack Bender, they all started working on making this thing what it became. There were ideas that I know in the first season we thought, oh, this will be cool, and this is what it will mean. But you must be fluid and flexible. And even if you have the time to write every episode of every season for 6 seasons, you'd be doing yourself a disservice, because you would not anticipate, and could not, Michael Emerson coming on board for what was supposed to be a couple episodes. And you just realize, oh my God, Ben is critical to the story, as David and Carlton did, and wrote to it. So you have to be sort of dogmatic and know what you want to do, but you also need to be entirely flexible and listen to the show and go where it tells you. And I personally, even though I know there are a lot of people who have dissenting opinions, I personally believe that Damon and Carlton kicked incredible ass and wrote an amazingly emotional episode for the finale that wrapped it up very well.
makes us think and challenges us. My question is, did either of you get to keep any paraphernalia from your movies and series, specifically any Rambaldi artifacts?
It's from Alias, Josh. It's a show. It's on ABC. 5 seasons. Glorious. 5 glorious seasons. I have page 47. I have a bunch of the box. I have the Rambaldi box. I have a bunch of cool Rambaldi things, and I was lucky from Star Trek to get some phasers and cool gear and Mission Impossible, the Mask Machine. So I do love that stuff. I don't hoard it and want to be a scary person that's on the show Hoarders. Have you seen Hoarders, by the way? Holy shit, how can that be a show? How many hoarders? It's unbelievable. Anyway, I'm scared of becoming a hoarder.
No. None of Rambaldi stuff. It's weird. I ordered some online and it didn't come. I do have all the props and costumes from Dr. Horrible, which I was planning to sell at some point to help fund the next one. I don't get terribly attached to things or people.
Next question. Yes, my question is for Joss Whedon. Wow, big echo. You are taking on the Avengers movie that has an established tone, an established backstory and mythology, and you have one of the most unique voices in Hollywood yourself. So how are you going to reconcile those two sort of established styles?
They're all going to sound like me. No problem. The fact is, the first job I had outside of television was a script doctor. And what you have to do in that situation is blend in. I also, a lot of the way that I speak and write comes from reading these comics. I think it's very, very easy to fall into the aesthetic of something that you love. Obviously, I'm going to bring some of myself to it. I am an artist who wishes to create something that comes from within, but at the same time, yes, they do have an established tone. I'm going to be very respectful of that. I'm going to try and find ways to work. The thing is, they not only have an established tone, they have about 7. Because I'm culling things from, all these different movies. I have to blend all of that. I think ultimately that would result in something unique anyway. So I think that doesn't really seem like a challenge to me at all. When I write Tony Stark or Steve Rogers or any of these people, they sound like them. Particularly because I already know who's playing them.
Very much.